People around the world are pausing to commemorate World Refugee Day. Thank you for joining us as we as Christians in Rochester also turn our focus to this critical issue. The United Nations reports that there are roughly 70.8 million forcibly displaced people in the world today, estimating that more than 37,000 people flee their homes every day due to violence, fear of persecution, or natural disaster. The overwhelming majority of these people languish in refugee camps or crowded cities, unable to return home or build a new life. Each year, only about 1% of the global refugee population is resettled in a new country like the United States, and only 3% of displaced people are able to return to their home country. Because of this, the average amount of time that a refugee remains in a refugee camp is roughly 17 years. This crisis is worsening every day, and it doesn't look like it will end soon. We, as the community of Rochester, have had the privilege of welcoming over 6,000 refugees in the last 10 years. Rochester churches and Christians have the unique opportunity to honor and love Jesus by welcoming these refugees as they build their new lives here.
Hello everyone, my name is Liasser Dima. My family had been living as refugees in Ethiopia because our home country, Sudan, had a civil war that lasted for more than 25 years. We moved to Rochester, New York in the year 2000 when I was 10 years old. I went to school at John Williams School number 5, where English was really hard, so making friends wasn't that easy. It took some time, but after hard work and dedication, I was able to learn English and make new friends. I continued school at Thomas Jefferson High School, St. John Fisher College, and then for my graduate degree, I went to the University of Denver. I am joining you today to celebrate the life of refugees all over Rochester, the state of New York, and worldwide, especially in the countries where people are still refugees. My family was very fortunate to come to America because we know that not many people get resettled. The process was long. There was a lot of application, there was a lot of medical tests, but after months and months, we were able to come here in the middle of winter. As you know, Sudan and Ethiopia are very warm countries, so when we got here, it was even difficult to get used to the cold. It took us many years, I would say 10 years or more, to get used to the cold of Rochester. I'm coming to you today to say Happy World Refugee Day.
Christians have traditionally looked at Jesus' words in Matthew 25:35 when thinking about refugees. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me. The reality of what happens when we do come alongside the hungry, thirsty, sick, and the foreigner is often something we don't fully realize. Matthew 25 continues, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, thirsty and give you something to drink? When did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you? Jesus knew that we wouldn't fully understand the implications of coming alongside those in need. He responds, Whatever you did for one of the least of these, my brothers, you did for me. This is amazing. When we welcome refugees and immigrants into our community, our homes, our lives, we're actually welcoming Jesus himself.
Three years ago, our small group was given the opportunity to help a newly arriving refugee family from Myanmar, a family of 6 with one more on the way. Over the years, we built friendships as they learned new rules, settled into schools, figured out how to navigate Rochester without a car, and much more. We've had the pleasure of sharing life through the birth of the new baby and moving them between apartments.
Some in our group have provided school tutoring, driving lessons, and even the basics of baseball. We have shared holidays, meals, and now the trials of the coronavirus. In short, we have become friends and are looking forward to sharing life with them as their family grows and achieves new milestones. We have been blessed seeing this family experience new things and in sharing each other's food, our cultures, and our traditions.
If you sense God stirring your heart to respond to the issue of the global refugee crisis, we at Refuge Rochester want to take these steps with you. There are 3 ways you can respond to the crisis today. 1, you can pray. Pray for refugees around the world who are displaced from their homes due to war, persecution, or violence. Pray for God to soften the hearts of Christians in America towards our global neighbors who are made in the image of God and need our advocacy. Pray for Rochester to band together in the welcoming and befriending of refugees who we are privileged to meet. 2, you can join us in our New Neighbor program and come alongside a family that God has brought to our community. We'll train and support you as you form beautiful mutual friendships with our new neighbors. Just fill out the form on our website at refugerochester.com. 3, you can donate to Refuge Rochester so that we can continue to help churches and volunteers welcome refugees in our community as a way of welcoming Jesus. Go to refugerochester.com to support us today. Thank you for joining us as we recognize World Refugee Day.